We out here, Montebello. About to get our walk on. Only God can judge me. This is pretty good, you know.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. It's not too shabby.
Since we get bleach.
Out here in Montebello, walking. The great thing about exercise is that it takes your mind off a lot of things. Like, you know, we all go through, some bullshit. But the biggest thing you could do, or the worst thing you could do, excuse me, is like to think like, oh, that's final, you know what I mean? Or, that's just my life. All right. I think the biggest thing exercise provides is not really a pump or like even a change in physique. It's a change in mindset. Most people forget that, the mind and the body is connected. And to forget that the mind needs to be exercised is to forget that the body and even the spirit needs to be exercised. Which means growth stops. But the great thing about that is it can start again. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like exercise, all right, you need to be a hardcore exercise, guru or, coach or, anything like that. But it is something to say that, mind and body work together, right? Which grounds you or can ground you in spirituality. I know plenty of people who had, magical, you would say experiences through exercise. That's a great thing. It's a great thing to be able to adjust whenever you want. You know what I mean? To grow whenever you want. To become more whenever you want. The bad thing about that is it's whenever you want. I think that's the crutch for most human beings is it's whenever, right? You can always start tomorrow. Tomorrow really never comes. Time is just a fabrication of human instability. You know what I mean? And it's not a bad thing. Obviously, it's necessary. You know what I mean? I'm not saying be a hippie and go like, oh, time isn't real. You know what I mean? So I don't have to go to work at 6 because you won't have a job. But it's good to know that time waits for nobody, right? Which means because we're so fragile as human beings, at any given moment, it could be over. You feel what I'm saying? So the game could stop. So would you rather, pick a game worth playing or wait till the clock runs out? Right? Would you rather rack up points in the game or sit on the bench? And I don't know about all, but for most, I believe, just my personal opinion, that most people would love to rack up points. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be Kobe. Everybody want to be Jordan. You know what I mean? But you can't let those titles, you can't let those accomplishments of other people define what you can or can't. So again, we out here in Montebello looking at the ducks, looking at the duckies. Yeah, even the ducks get exercise. You know what I mean? They ain't got to be strength coaches or nothing like that, but they know the body works better when the mind tells it to do certain things, and certain things like walking, certain things like, lifting weights, certain things like riding a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? The body was meant to move. It's only when we stagnate or become complacent when we stop what is called growth. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's nothing about. Um, you know what I mean? It's nothing bad about not exercising every day. But I think in today's society, it would be a mistake if you didn't do it at least 3-4 times a week. That's just my opinion. And I only say that because, you know, if you look on the news, you know, if you ever watched like with The Walking Dead or you know what I mean, any movie with war or anything like that, like the big people lose. You feel what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to it's an emergency event, the big people gonna go first. You feel what I'm saying? Because they don't have anywhere else to go, right? They're gonna stay in their house, right? They're gonna be locked, barricade themselves somewhere. And they're not running anywhere. You feel what I'm saying? They're not actually moving somewhere. Right? Zombie apocalypse come. Who going first? It's the big people. It's the people that don't know how to move their bodies that go first. And sometimes it's not just big people. It could be handicapped people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that that can't be helped most of the time, right? I'm not saying if you're handicapped, you know what I mean, you're gonna die. I'm just saying if you have the opportunity to better yourself, should you? My opinion. Yep. You know. So, just taking in the sights and the views. It's a pretty day out. Everybody, I ain't know Montebello got this exciting. It's usually not this packed when we here. You know what I mean? So, it's weird for me. I mean, so we just out here walking and talking. You alright? You sure? You positive?
A little pain, but I'm alright.
Okay.
Here. So,
Yeah.
regardless of pain, I'm still pushing through.
Okay. Yeah.
We have something called a mixed fit that's going on today.
What?